Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. In a unique twist, Mohammed Shabay Raza will face a second trial in 8th Judicial District Court for online solicitation of a minor. Monday afternoon, Raza was found guilty of the charge made following his arrest on December 2015 at a Silver Springs convenience store. On Monday, Raza had been remanded to the custody of the sheriff and would have entered the sentencing phase of the trial, which would have taken place December 6th. Instead, the district attorney's office is preparing for a second trial. Raza, who at the time of his arrest was a systems engineer living in Kansas City, Missouri with family in Plano, Texas, was admonished by his defense attorney that the charge was a third-degree felony and that he faced up to 10 years in prison for the charge. As Judge Eddie Northcutt began the sentencing plan, it was found that under statute, his action qualified as a second-degree felony requiring a more lengthy prison stay. That raised the question, would Raza have taken a plea agreement instead of the trial? District Attorney Will Ramsey said his office will now begin the process again. He stated that the redo should take place soon. Silver Springs police responded to a disturbance in the 1000 block of Main Street Tuesday night around 11:16 p.m. There they arrested Justin Carl Roderick, age 58, of Silver Springs for assault, family violence, restriction of airway circulation. The victim told police that Roderick had choked her to the point that she could not breathe or scream for help. Roderick had been drinking all day and was highly intoxicated. As officers arrested Roderick, he resisted arrest and had to be forced into the back seat of the patrol unit. He's in Hopkins County Jail at this time. Sign-ups for the annual Blue Santa Empty Stocking Toy Program has begun. Families with children in Hopkins County needing a little extra help this year can register for toys from now until Monday, November 28th at Can Help, located at 613 Gilmer Street. Registration is during normal business hours. Can Help will stay open until 7 p.m. Monday, November 28th to ensure everyone that needs assistance gets a chance to sign up. Parents or guardians need to bring documentation to qualify for Blue Santa Empty Stocking Toy Program. For details, contact Can Help at 903-885-9797, extension 3, or visit Can Help's Facebook page for up-to-date information. Krista's Mother Frances Hospital, Silver Springs, and Krista's Trinity Clinic, Silver Springs and Emory will join the National Organization of State Offices of Rural Health and other state national stakeholders in celebrating National Rural Health Day on Thursday. National Rural Health Day was created as a way to showcase rural America, increase awareness of rural health issues, and to promote state offices of rural health and others in addressing these issues. Plans now call for National Rural Health Day to become an annual celebration on the third Thursday of each November. Events recognizing National Rural Health Day and celebrating the power of rural are being planned throughout the nation. The local hospital and clinic team state they daily strive to extend the healing ministry of Jesus Christ to each and every patient they serve.
Well, it's almost time for Fall Roundup at Wesley United Methodist Church. It's this Saturday, November 19th. And to tell us more about it, here's Carol Ann O'Dell.
This is our 38th annual, and we are the oldest one to be having Fall Roundup. You're going to have chicken stew, beef stew, and chili, and homemade pies for a wonderful price of $6, and it's all you could eat, and the weather's going to cooperate and going to have cool weather, so that's going to make it even better. And we just love having everybody come to Wesley.
Well, Fall Roundup is a very special time of year and season at Wesley and within the Wesley family. And it's so good to go over there, even if that's not your home church, and be embraced there like you do every year. And can I ask you this just to make sure? If I have my chili, and mine's going to be chili, because if I have a choice, I'll always go for chili. And then if I have one piece of pie, I can go back and get another kind of pie?
You can go get another kind of pie. You can go back and get, some will take the chicken stew and then put the chili on top, and then they'll come back. So we make sure we have plenty. In fact, we've added an extra pot of chili because last year we ran out.
Uh-oh.
And we don't want to do that. Do not. We also have the country store, so you have an opportunity to purchase some of the wonderful homemade baked items and from the Wesley cooks, because we do have some awesome cooks in that church. And then we have the silent auction going on, and then we will have the live auction, which you can start bidding on at 6:30. And Wade is going to be our auctioneer again, and I understand he's bringing us a new recruit, so we may have someone new that we get to enjoy auctioning off our items.
Maybe a protege?
Yeah, it must be. It must be, yeah.
Okay. It's always fun to hear new auctioneers. Well, so do you know some of the items that might be in the auction?
Well, I know of one that I am putting in there that was in there last year. It's called a pecan pie cheesecake. It's a cheesecake with a whole pecan pie in it. We do know that one of our members has made a beautiful glider swing that's in it. And then we have another person that has made some chairs, some rocking chairs that go on the front porch. And then a lot of people like to bring Christmas items like wreaths and door hangs, and we do know that we have some paintings of one of our former members that will be auctioned off as well. So we just have a lot of homemade things, which makes it really special when you start bidding on these things, knowing where the time and the money and the effort that they put into it.
Now, Wesley has been known always for having a quilt or two in the auction, and I don't know if you're having that this year.
We never know, because some will bring back those that have been auctioned off before, or as our members pass away, somebody will bring one back and say, we'll auction this off in their honor or in their memory. So, yeah.
Well, that brings to mind one of the long-standing Wesley traditions, and you had a group of quilters. I don't know that we still have Wesley quilters.
Unfortunately, we have lost all of our quilters, and it's sad that is no longer part of our mission over there, but it's just, that happens. Life goes on, and we do lose them.
It's true at other churches. I think long ago at the Riley Springs Jamboree, there's a room in there that was devoted to the quilters, the Riley Springs quilters back in those days.
Yeah.
But not saying it's a lost art. There's some women around here doing some wonderful works in quilts.
Right. There still are.
Well, and I guess the men do too, because we see those from time to time at the quilt shows. Fall Roundup, did you say 38 years?
This is 38th year, yes.
Wow. 614 Texas Street, but you really go in on Bellevue.
Yeah, you can park around there on the Bellevue Street, and then as it fills up, then we've had them all up and down the road. But yeah, that's generally the parking area that you're going to go into is on Bellevue.
Okay. Well, Wesley Methodist has served in so many capacities in our town. There's so many things that Wesley does to fill in the niches of need in the community. That's
absolutely correct. I think one of ours that we are just exceptionally proud of is our Backpack Buddies that we do every Wednesday evening at 5:15. We package up these little care packages to go to Travis, to North Hopkins, and to Como-Picton. And we always have a wonderful group that we stand and load these, and each time we load an item, we just ask a special little prayer for who it's going to go to, that this nourishes them. And that's just a wonderful thing that we do continually.
How do the backpacks get to the children?
We have people that take them to the school. Like there are parents who are members of our church that live out at North Hopkins, so they take it there. We have a teacher that is at Como-Picton, so she takes those to Como-Picton, and then we have an individual that just puts them in the back of their truck and takes them over to Travis. So they are delivered every week.
And these would go to children who might need extra snacks or nutrition through a weekend.
Absolutely. The school has put together a list of children that they know could use a little extra help. If it may be a lot of siblings at home, but yes.
Okay. Well, that's a very loving gesture there at Wesley United Methodist Church, and heartwarming for those who get to volunteer. You've been volunteering in so many things for a long, long time, Carol Ann.
I think that comes naturally. My mother was that way, and it's just hard for me to say no. and I just continue to do it, and I love doing it. This is my 14th year, I believe, to be in charge of Fall Roundup, and this year I have a co-chair who's Mary Lou Foster. But I love doing it, and the people always jump in and are always so ready and eager. I never have to worry about not having workers or not having things done because there's always somebody there to do it.
Well, I know Bible school at Wesley at the end of the summer is always a tradition. Seems like you guys put on the last Bible school just before school starts, and that's really wonderful because many of them kind of crowd in at the first.
It is, and we have had usually between 90 and 100 kids coming in August, and it's still just, we have people that come and volunteer to serve there, and it's just an awesome time to see these children see God in so many different ways. And we just, Marika is in charge of that, DeWitt, and it's just a wonderful time. And like you said, we're usually the last one to do it, so those kids get in that last little thing before they have to go back to school. Yeah.
And then when that is all wrapped up and you get your breath, then it's about time to start planning Fall Roundup.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is. It just one thing after another.
Which is this Saturday. And if you do attend, which we hope you do on this Saturday evening, starting at 4:30 for the stew and chili, and then the silent auction will be going on and the country store going on.
Right.
And then the big auction.
The live auction at 6:30. And another thing I wanted to share with our viewers, this next year will be Wesley's 65th anniversary.
Really?
And we are planning a anniversary dinner for all the present and past members on Sunday, January the 8th. And it's we're contacting all of the previous pastors, and it's just going to be a wonderful time because there's plenty of people that originated at Wesley.
And this is, well, maybe someone will come back and remind us. Or
we sure will. We'll come back. But yes. I just wanted to get it out there right now because we are starting to work on that.
Now, through the holiday, let's say through Christmas and into New Year, there also are special services that Wesley holds.
Yes. Christmas Eve service this year will be something different. We have like a little play or pageant that we're putting on using the children and the youth and the adults. Christmas morning, we're only having the one service at 10 o'clock, and then the same on January the 1st. There will not be any Sunday school. And then again on January the 8th, there will be only one service since we're going to be celebrating our anniversary. But Christmas Eve service is a candlelight service at 6 o'clock. And it is a program that's put on with the youth, with the children, and with the adults.
Okay. Well, Wesley is just a part of the community, and a lot of people love to go to the events that Wesley puts on and have had family members as members there, and maybe kind of grew up at Wesley United Methodist Church. And you were invited to Fall Roundup this Saturday night.
Yes, our doors will be open. The weather's going to be nice and cool. Some of our cooks that we've had for years, Lou Jane and Shirley Glossop and Betty Phillips. And Betty Warren usually cooks, but she is not able to this year, so Lisa Phillips will. Okay. So these are the original ones we've had for years. So
and family members carrying on the tradition.
Right, and then there's Dorothy McCaig is also cooking, and they just have a fun time out there cooking that stew.
She is a capable woman, isn't she?
Very, yes, very. At 80 years old, she is still out there cooking that stew for us, and that's just awesome. It is awesome.
And she does many other things volunteer-wise there at Wesley. Well, thank you very much, Carol Ann Odell, and thanks also to Mary Lou Foster, who I know would love to be here with you this morning as your co-chair.
Yes.
And we will see you on Saturday at Wesley.
We'd love to see everybody there.
Here's Don Julian with sports.
The Wildcats basketball team opened the regular season with a win over Athens on the road Tuesday night, and I talked about that win with Wildcats basketball coach Clark Cipoletta.
You know, we went to Athens, and it was a hostile environment. It really felt like a district game. Their fan base was really good. They got after it. There was a bunch of up and downs throughout the game, so that was a good open season test for us.
All right. A good solid win, too, right?
Absolutely. We won 74-59, really sloppy at times, but we put together enough stops defensively to end up kind of opening up some margins. So it was funny after the game. Me and Coach were talking. It's a good job of what we did to get a win, but it showed us enough that we know what we need to work on. So good open season test, absolutely.
Were you able to play everybody, or?
I played. I just played 8 guys last night. The football guys, or the guys that came from football, I didn't let them play.
Yeah.
They only had 1 day of practice, so we've installed a lot with my guys who are straight. So they just wouldn't have been ready. But yes, sir, all 8 of the straights played.
Okay. Who got the points for you?
Victor led us in scoring. He had 18 last night. Athens was really athletic. They weren't very big, so we did a good job of utilizing our size and getting some good looks there. Ch.18 Dunn, he scored 15 for us, did an amazing job of getting it out in transition and scoring some easy buckets. Bryson had 9, hit 3 threes. Godbolt hit 3 threes. He's really improved on his shot, so that's a little different dimension. Keyston was kind of had a slow game last night, scored 8. Jefferson scored 10. Jakarian Boo scored 3. So it was a good team effort throughout the game for all who scored.
All right, very good. Now you scheduled a couple of games Thanksgiving week, kind of back to back, so it'd be kind of like playing in a tournament a little bit, won't it?
Absolutely. We wanted to take this Friday off and then kind of get a tournament feel, like you said, that Monday and Tuesday, kind of give the football guys a chance to catch up. So we're going to play Monday in Lindale, and it's kind of a cool game for me because my head coach that coached me in high school is the head coach at Lindale. So it's kind of a little homecoming. I've been trying to play him every year. He never would play me, so he told me this year he'll play me. So Coach Albritton's a great guy. He's going to run some zone. They've been really successful in the past, so this will be kind of a cool deal to get to play my high school coach, a little payback hopefully on my end. And then we play Wills Point Tuesday. It's a game we've played every year. They do a good job over there. They got a new head coach, so really don't know what to expect, but I know they'll play hard. So it should be 2 good tests for us.
So a chance for the public to get out and see the Wildcats.
Absolutely. I hope we have a good showing. I know it's during Thanksgiving break, but that Tuesday will be our first home game. Freshmen starting at 5, JV at 6:15, and varsity at 7:30. So I hope the public comes out and supports us. We had a good group travel with us last night to Athens. We had more fans than I would figure come out. So we just really appreciate the support. The guys love it, and it just kind of gives us an extra boost when we're playing. So we appreciate it.
Great start, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, sir. Hopefully. We got a long way to go, but hopefully we can keep rolling.
The Lady Cats basketball team down North Lamar 42-29 in Wildcats Gym Tuesday night. Sadavia Porter led the Lady Cats with 11 points, and Tori Moore and Deja Pruitt added 7 points apiece. Kaylee Jefferson had 6 rebounds for the Lady Cats. The Lady Cats play at Hugo, Oklahoma Friday night. After the game, I talked with Lady Cats basketball coach Jeff Chapman.
It was kind of a ragged game. Don't get me wrong. We're blessed to have the win, but you want to win pretty. You don't want. Well, you do want to win, period. But it was kind of an ugly game. The ball wouldn't bounce our way. It seemed like the ball just go through our hands and they would grab it and put it in, by accident. So the 30-point game last Saturday spoiled us, and I tried to tell the kids we're not going to win by 30 every game. The most important thing is that we had success, and our defense is definitely ahead of our offense. And this time of year, I've learned over the years, in my 26 years as a head coach, defense should be ahead of the offense this time of year, because defense can sustain you when your offense isn't there like a night like tonight.
I think one thing that made it look so ragged, the shooting wasn't very good.
Right.
3-point range, we were just awful, and maybe a little bit better from because of a lot of layups by Sadavia. She had a good game again with her speed and everything.
Well, those layups that she's getting and her runouts and her speed, that's special, because not every kid can do that. So, that's Desi-ish from days of past, and that's that's a very good thing to have, because when you have an off night and you get those runouts, I see it in the NBA, I see it in college, but by any means necessary, and that's kind of what we did. We shoot the ball in practice. Each girl gets about a minute to shoot as many threes as they can. The next girl from all 5 spots. We ran yesterday in conditioning. I think that we're just not in shape yet, and we don't have our legs under us. And when we get that and get in shape, and get in up and down shape, then we'll be a little better. So tomorrow, not so much tomorrow, but Thursday, when we start, we need to do more full court things and shoot and things like that, because when you're a half court team right now, which we are doing in practice, and we break presses and all that, we just need to take it full court and shoot a shot where you pull up and get a pass. But what we are doing well is fast breaking. I think we got more of our points this year than last year through fast break. We're taking off, and everybody's running and filling the lane, and Sadavia's giving them a pass to lay it up. We're getting more of those, and we're just not in. We're not at a half court situation right now. Execution is off because memorization is not there, and repetition is just not there just yet. And that's okay. It's the third game. We're putting too much on ourselves early. That's what I told them, and it's true. We are putting too much on ourselves. You know, you just can't be as good as you were last year in 3 games. It's just not going to happen.
I remember a famous Oklahoma coach, I think Coach Idabel, said he used to love to schedule those Texas teams because they were never as prepared as he was with all his practice. And yet here we go against Hugo, Oklahoma. They've probably been practicing since December or something.
They've been practicing ever since day one in school open. And in the summertime, they go up there and they do fundamentals and individual skills. So, you know, they're trying to improve. But I don't believe, and I could be wrong, I don't believe he has the team he had last year. The big girl that was a beast against us graduated. She got a scholarship. But, yeah, that is true. Maybe the shoe might be on the other foot this time. But in 2 days, we're going to play him. And 3 days, the third day. And but I know the things that we have to do to get ready to face them. You know, being faced them 12 years in a row. So it's kind of like that. But, yeah, I did say that, didn't I?
Desi debates. It was a tough way to lose a game for the Saltillo Lions basketball team playing at home Tuesday night against Martins Mill. Martins Mill hit a 28-foot three-point basket at the buzzer to take a 45-42 win. Saltillo led after the first and second quarters and trailed by only 1 point going into the fourth quarter. The Lions were led by Lyle Bench, who scored 17 points, and Michael Simmons added 12 points. Saltillo is now 0-1 for the season. They'll be playing at Avenger Friday at 6 p.m. By the way, the Lions JV did win over Martins Mill 50-37. During a media gathering Wednesday, Wildcats Athletic Director Greg Owens talked about current facility upgrade projects at Prim Stadium, at Lady Cat Park, and eventually for a new baseball field.
We're going to replace the side on the field with turf. And we're redoing a home side, a renovation of the home side. So that means new bleachers, all that stuff right now is being torn down. So there'll be new bleachers. Capacity on the home side will be roughly 4,000. And in those home side bleachers, the band, the drill team will also sit there this time. We'll have no end zone seating. Redo that. We'll have concession stands, restrooms, new ticket booth, new press box. All those things will be part of the renovation process. We're leaving our current dressing rooms that are there. We'll redo those a little bit, and those are still fine. And then right now we'll make some improvements to the later on down the road to the visitor side, but basically it's going to go untouched. And so we hope to have a field now we can play year-round on, and also avoid weather conditions and problems with the turf and all that stuff. So I know football, soccer, band, drill team, everybody's excited about that and the opportunities that are there. And it opens up the possibility. We spoke to Mr. McCauley as well about hosting some band competitions. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff with us being able to put turf there that's going to make it a more usable facility.
Why was it decided to renovate the Prim?
A lot of things. I mean, one of the biggest deals is, and there's lots of angles we can come from, and this is not necessarily the main one. Probably the main one is because of the press box itself. And then the bleachers themselves. Concerns about safety issues with that. We were fixing to have to make some kind of major overhaul on the press box because it is in pretty bad shape. And so that was probably the main concern as we started to do renovations, and then it just kind of grew a little bit from there. Also, we have conflicts every year with baseball and soccer at the same time. The safety of being able to play a baseball game and a soccer game at the same time, in our opinion, is just not good. We saw that last year. One time we did decide because of we were backed up and couldn't play anywhere else. We played the same ball game, and a foul ball came over and nearly hit another person. So we don't want to have to deal with that liability. So for safety reasons, for just the upgrade of the facilities itself, which is also going to create more opportunities to use that facility. So specifically, those are the main reasons for the renovation at Prim.
So you said that the baseball field being right next to the Prim, are you guys going to move that somewhere else?
Yeah, a part of this whole project is an upgrade right now that you can see at the softball field. So as a part of the whole plan, Prim will stay where it's at. Baseball is going to move in a new facility behind the track facility over by ECLC. And so the dirt work and all on that process is being done there. So there'll be a new baseball field and, in essence, a new softball field too. But it's in the same location. We're just making changes right now and upgrades. And so you'll see a big facelift on it as well at this point.
How long do you think that it'll take to complete the project altogether?
All the projects, I'll go through all of them specifically. What you're going to see, let me start with softball because that's what we're working on right now. Softball, our plan, we're going to play games on our current softball field this year. But it's kind of coming in a two-phase point. Right now you're seeing upgraded dugouts, you're seeing an upgraded fence. We moved the field, well, we didn't really move, we raised the field up, a foot to help with drainage because we've had major drainage issues there. But you'll see the same bleachers, you'll see the same press box, you'll see the same concession stand right now. Those things will be in phase 2, which will be this summer, but everything is going to be usable at the softball field this year. Our goal for the other two facilities, the Prim and baseball, those will be this next year that they'll be ready to go. Okay, so in 2017, we plan on being through, and we better be through with Prim, so we can start on 1st of August there. And actually, our first ball game is next year, September 1. So September 1 ball game for Prim next year. And so we'll play ball games there, so that'll be completed. So you're going to see construction. Right now, you see a lot of demolition on Prim. Things are coming down and all that stuff. I can speak to this in a second as well. But our maintenance guys are tearing most of that stuff down with the help of the county. And but you're seeing that come down, but you'll start seeing even construction and more demolition done in January. So that gives them until September 1, hopefully before then, August 1 is our goal, to have that field completed. And then this summer, and right now in this spring, we're doing dirt work right now on the baseball and getting it down. The way the weather's worked with us this fall is we still have great weather right now, so you may actually see grass going in and being laid on the current baseball field right now, getting ready, but you won't see fences and all that yet. But we'll continue to do that. And in baseball, with next school year, which would be 2018 for baseball season, they would start their season. So summarize that. I know that was confusing. Softball will play at the current softball field this year, with one more little renovation thing to do this summer with bleachers and stuff with them. Football will play in 2017 season, will play in the Prim. Baseball will play their season this year right there. We're not going to mess with anything on that side or touch that field until their season's over this year. And then in 2018, 17, 18 school year, baseball would play over behind the track. So by next year, everything should be done. Here's short version for you, okay? By August 1 next year, we hope to be done with all the work. Okay, but specifically, those are the way we're going to go through it. Let me address this too. Our guys in the maintenance department have done a fantastic job. Mr. Fronberger's hired some quality guys, and I'm talking, it's big time stuff. And the construction, the quality of the construction, the way it looks is fantastic. We have some extremely talented men and women in this district, and those guys out there building on the softball right now has done a fantastic job. As I mentioned a little earlier, we're also in an agreement with our county So we have some trustees here that are taking down things at the Prim, bleachers. Some of these things we've sold to neighboring school districts that they're going to reuse. Some of these things is an agreement with us and the county that they're going to use on our county has a farm, and they're building some things out there for that. So this stuff is going to be reused with them. So we've worked those things out. We have some sod and things right now that we've moved some of it to the softball. Some others of it has gone to, I think he's put an ad in the paper, has gone out to people that want to buy. It's about a third of a pallet of sod that's been on the Prim to put in their yards or whatever. So we've been selling that. So been very frugal, I think, in the way we're doing those things and beneficial. And so we're saving as much money as we possibly can in doing that and reusing those things where it can be reused.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.